Hello everyone and welcome back to the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. We're back to the stolen Turnabout. We're back in the trial after last time where we figured out a lot of stuff. I don't know who's the bad guy here. I think it could probably still be a hot lady whose name I can't remember, but we're gonna find out one way or another. Hey Nick, what is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. The trial next door? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atmy's trial today. Detective Atmy? They say they're gonna try him as Mask to Mask. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see Mask to Mask's trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearl? She went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Pearl has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Chat, is the audio good? Is it too loud? It looks like it might be a little too loud in OBS. I should have done more tests with my AverMedia's sound setup and all before stream today, but it completely slipped my mind and I thought that it would kind of just work. Should have done more stuff with it though. Please don't ignore me! Oh, this guy. Mr. Delight, good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a second. You don't mean you're the murderer? No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor. I mean, you can be a thief and be poor. I'm gonna turn the game audio down just a smidge more. And hopefully it won't be too low. But you guys let me know, chat. We're gonna try right there. I just turned it down just a smidge to be on the safe side. And then if it is a little off today, then I'll fix it before the next stream. That's what I need to be doing tomorrow, is cleaning all this up before we do Skyward Sword. Now let's see, according to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heists. Right, I forgot about that actually, okay. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Why is it not an option, though? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready? Preparation is the last refuge of the weak. What? Alright, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Goodell. What do you mean the last refuge? It's good to be prepared, idiot. He's got the judge in the palm of his hand yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. Yeah, me either. Ha! Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. The coffee mug, bro. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yes. Well, then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Godot, please call your first witness. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. You're going to die. What? 17? 17. Like, he's gonna die, right? Chat, how much coffee can you have in a day without it, like, super negatively affecting you? It's gotta be, like, 3, right? 3 or 4? Like, 1 for each meal of the day and then 1 extra? Right? I would think. Because, like, Otherwise, it's gonna, like, kill you, isn't it? But the first one is always the best. If the first one is the best, why do you keep drinking more and more of them, bro? Mr. Godot, your witness. Okay, then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? Maybe a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but... I remember when Mia was defending me, she allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. Stupid of her then, stupid of you now. Internet says that 4 to 5 cups is the safe range. 5 is still, like, too much. In my world. I don't drink coffee, but, like, 5? 5 a day? We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Ha! You've got guts, trite. All right, then, Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand. You did it, didn't you? Yes. All right. Well, what? No, that's not true. Honestly, it's over. Game, set, and match. Dude, no wonder people love Godot. This dude cannot be beat. That was phenomenal. What, he got him with the oldest trick in the book, chat. I know a lot of people that easily drink 5 cups of coffee or more a day, at least where I live. That's insane! That's crazy. For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha! Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why'd you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. My visit to KB Security. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. 1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Ha! It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. All right, let's do this. Cass, would you ever consider playing the Ace Attorney Investigation Collection? Maybe. As of right now, I do not have any plans to or to not play any Ace Attorney games after I finish this one. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. Hold it! 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow, and my internal clock was also a bit... 1 a.m., that's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct? It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. Well... depends on the date. It ordered you there? It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters? Oh, of course, they'd say steal this, and alright, that cut off instantly. Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say anymore. Now, what should I do? Press harder. Always press harder. So what did the blackmail letter in question say? It said bring $50,000. Money, eh? Perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait. I never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh, is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha! A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. Chat, what the heck is a muddy mud skipper? I did see the Persona 4 remake trailer. It's stupid that they did Persona 4 Revival instead of Persona 4 Rewind. But, yeah, I saw it. I don't, did it have a release date? I didn't actually watch the trailer because I saw like, actually I might have seen the whole trailer because it was only like 30 seconds. It looked like they just showed Yu Narukami like running down a street and that was it basically. The blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. All right. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask-to-mask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me, just as long as Desi believes in me. So that's why Miss Delight didn't believe he was mask-to-mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. Why'd you go there then? You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. A security chief? You? And yet, a year ago you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? How many times is he gonna say, like, that's a motive, and that's a motive? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. Nah, I, need to know why he was fired, I'm pretty sure. Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I'd never asked that. Okay, then I take it back. Defendant, please answer the question. Well, I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company. Oh! You didn't, ask for a raise or, a promotion or anything? You just went straight to, data theft. Okay. Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. Since I was the security team chief, you stole some data, and you sold it. Mr. Bullard found out, and I was fired immediately. Blah! I wish I had never asked that. No, I mean, we kind of had to know this, bro. I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I'd quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You'd do well to remember that. He sure told you. So you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse, crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. You fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. Alright, hold it. Why would you do something like that? He already said that he needed money to let Desi spend more money. His wife spends money like crazy, dude. Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste! So Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. Doomed to fail. Relationship doomed to fail. I say as someone who is single. Can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples. Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. There wasn't much in his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh. I got a bad feeling about this. We'd better be careful. But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Well, we're not going to be able to reach out to the truth until the Persona 4 Revival game comes out. But we can do our best in the meanwhile. Yeah. 1 a.m. I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office. Blackmail I got it ordered me to go there. Did it order him to go there? I gotta start looking at, wait, not options. Present, here we go. Don't press triangle. Stealing is directed by blackmail letters. Buzzer went off once at 1:02 a.m. on October 12th. Right, this is money for what all of the things that Mass to Mass stole, but it's like a lower price than what it would fetch on the black market, theoretically. Okay. Right, that was Ron Delight pretending to be a guard there. Blunt trauma to the head. Bum, 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 bum. If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. October 12th, bring 50K. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. The one who received a red diamond was... at me, wasn't it? I think? How would it not have caused you trouble? Because it says here that he was going to reveal your secret. Like, if he reveals your secret, that is going to cause trouble for you, right? Do I have anything about... Do I have any evidence about you being a security dude? I don't think I do. I'm pretty sure I don't. I gotta turn my headset down a bit. It's too loud in my ears. Which is part of why I'm so worried that it might be too loud on stream, but it looks like it's fine. No one's been complaining about the volume. No, I don't think I have anything. I don't think I have anything that specifically talks about him being fired. Unless it, like, says it on his profile or something. Nah, it just says that he used to be. Okay, I don't have anything specific. Fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. Okay, so more stuff that Desi doesn't know about. I think it's gotta be here that he says it isn't gonna cause him trouble or anything. I'm gonna save the game. Because it will cause you trouble. You'll be arrested. Or your wife will find out. Because she doesn't know that you're, like, being blackmailed or whatever. Music didn't stop, I'm a fool. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction. How exactly in the evidence statement related? They aren't, are they? Alas. Not at all, yada yada. I'm floundering. It's gotta be this. Because I don't see what I could do. I don't have anything about him working. Like, he did work there until a year ago when he was kicked out. I don't think I have any. I just learned that he sells company secrets. I don't know anything about that. Unless there's some way that I can prove that Desiree does know that he was fired. I don't think I have anything on that either. It's gotta be this one. The blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't gonna cause me trouble or anything. It's going to cause you trouble if people, like, know that you're mask to mask. Like, that's gonna be bad for you. I don't know what I'm supposed to present to make that argument, though. So maybe I am wrong? If I, like, present mask to mask, would that do it? Like, saying that, like, if people know that you're the Phantom Thief, wouldn't that be bad for you? Claims he is mask to mask. He has acknowledged that he is, in fact, mask to mask. My friends. I wouldn't admit that in public, to be honest. He seems to know me somehow. Head of planning, promotion, yada yada yada. Hates criminals and cowards more than anything. Maybe I'm supposed to present Desiree? Because it would, like, she hates criminals, so if a dude said that you were mask to mask, then your wife would hate you. I don't think I have any evidence that works here, so it has to be, like, either presenting mask to mask or presenting Desiree, or I'm just horribly wrong. Maybe there is something I can mention about his job, or whatever. I saved the game, didn't I? I'm gonna try and present Desiree and mask to mask, and then if I'm wrong, and then we'll just reload. Never mind, I'm a genius. Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Oh, was I supposed to remember something very specific that was said in the case before? That stream was a week ago, so. What doesn't? I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out your secret. Gulp. A certain person. Oh, so I was supposed to show Desiree specifically. Well, I'm glad I clicked her first and not Mask to Mask. Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. Listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Godot. Yes, we know it was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. No, everything is falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that, or you'll be sorry! And then Delight pulls out a gun and shoots Godot. Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Clearly there was sufficient... Wait a minute, have I been live for 20... No, I've been live for like 30 minutes. That was going to be really funny if I'd been live for 20 minutes. But we spent the first, like, 5 minutes of stream on starting soon screen, and then, like, the next 5 minutes, like, talking about the case before it started. I think it actually nailed it on 20 minutes. Incredible. Clearly there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much. Are you considered a family man if it's just you and your wife? I mean, that is your family, you and your wife, but I don't know. I feel like when someone says that you're a family man, you, like, need to have kids. Chat, what do you think? Am I off base on that? I feel like if you're calling someone a family man, I would expect them to have not just a wife, but also children. Or, you know, not just wife and children. I was thinking maybe like grandparents and all that, but no, when I hear family man, I think like, okay, this is a man who has a wife and at least one child. The motive is clear, let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us, we're all ears. At the CEO's office. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. The hedgehog! Alright, that was clearly at me's silhouette. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. Wait, wearing what? When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead. Wait, what were you wearing on your head? I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that Mask to Mask struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Atme turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Ha! No one's gonna believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked. We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Goodell. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. Well, I don't know about having faith in him. I'd argue that someone that prioritizes family is a family man, even if they aren't married or have children. I mean, yeah, you could definitely argue it. I'm just saying that when you think of a family man, you think of, like, a wife and kids, right? When someone says, like, yeah, he's a real family man, I don't think, like, oh, he's, you know, unmarried, no kids, but, like, he cares a lot about, like, his brother and his, like, parents. I think that that could still fit the family man, like, moniker, but it's just not what you would think of. Alright, there was a suspicious shadow. Alright. Who is this suspicious shadow? If there were 1,000 of me, and if even one knew, I'd tell you. Trust me. What? If I used the shadow clone jutsu, and a single one of them had witnessed the crime, I would give you all the deets. His dodging all of our questions is not helping us win this case. Okay, then how was the victim Mr. Bullard at that time? What do you mean by how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it. Okay. Your forehead? Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. I had my hand up there in the shape of an L and everything. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Well, yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog is, like, the third fastest creature in like, all of history. Third place is Shadow, second place is Sonic the Hedgehog, and then the fastest person in any media ever is Knuckles the Echidna, as we all know. Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it was a fast and powerful hit, so I think I was a little dazed for a while. I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you were asking. Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Phoenix uses the Kamehameha. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been wearing what? That? Could you please clarify what you're referring to? Why, my Master Mask costume, of course. Oh, you are in the full drip. Wait just a moment, Master Mask. Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Master Mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security. I want to say QB. What? Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. Seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind? Ha! My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. I'd have been killed if I hadn't been wearing my Master Mask costume. All right, speak more on that. How did that make you feel? Why were you dressed up as Master Mask? Why? Because I'm Master Mask, of course. What are you talking about? I wonder if I'm supposed to contradict this with me claiming that he's Master Mask. Master Mask trial is being held next door. Ah, yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Master Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him just to be safe. Oh boy, let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I'd expected. Wait a second. If you are Master Mask and you've done a bunch of thefts and it's hard to move in the cape, why, that doesn't make sense. It shouldn't be hard for you to move in the cape. Took a lot longer? What is he talking about? Yeah, press harder on that. What do you mean by took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. But you opened the safe that the dead body was in? My cape got caught on the safe door, you see? This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body. What was that? Back up a second. Oh, no, wait, no. He did say that... No. Wait a minute. Last week, he did say that he hid the body, but he found him dead, didn't he? Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable! Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look. His metaphor this time was really obscure. I don't think that that's what obscure means. I think it was just a bad metaphor. Obscure means that it's, like, not well known. I think everyone knows what it's like to be wearing dirty pants, Maya. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Well, yeah. Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to the testimony. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair weather judge. Panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. Oh, I've got to have something. I've got to have something that goes against this 10-minute narrative. This button was hit at 1:02 right after the death. He died at 1. It took you 10 minutes to hide the body and then leave? And, like, oh, but wait, I can't remember. Was Larry not at the thing to, like, respond to the button? Or something? Got in at 1 a.m. Button was hit at 1:02. You're claiming that it took until like 1:10, 1:15 to hide the body. There's got to be something I can do here. Why'd you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit in a drawer. That is, not exactly what I meant. When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it. I wonder why. I wonder why they would think that. Ha! I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body. That certainly makes more sense. Hold on. 10 minutes? What is it, Nick? I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes doing it? Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Ah, yeah, the button being pressed. Right, because there's no way that even if Larry wasn't there to respond to it, there's no way that once that emergency button was hit and like an alarm was going off for Ron, Delight, Mask to Mask, whatever his name is, the man of many names, the artist formerly known as Cinnamon Bunhead, there's no way for him to have known that he had time to spare. Hey, Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were? Okay, they're kind of holding my hand on this one, which is upsetting because this one I actually called off the... I knew immediately when I saw the 10 minutes thing, like, I know how I'm supposed to counter this, and then the game basically, like, holds your hand to figure it out. That's it. I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence. What is this, baby's first trial? We heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't we? There's not much in this testimony either. Bet you he's still hiding something. Wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to draw it out of him. I just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated. Alright. It took about 10 minutes. Not possible when this button was hit at 1:02. Let's go. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? And what might this be? The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. What? If Mr. Ron Delight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way. Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about him. Yo, I love this objection back to back. But as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known. I love a back-to-back objection like this. Ha! Again, remember who we're dealing with here? It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off. Dude, is there a time in the other games where it's like back-to-back objections like this? I love this. I wish that the cases had more of this. This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Ugh. I know. He got his reset coffee. Fine, let's hear your theory. All right, hit him with the game theory. Hit him with the game theory, Phoenix. Let's do it. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious? So he fainted? That's why Mr. Delight didn't know the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you trying to say? Mr. Delight was knocked out and the buzzer went off soon afterward. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious... Why can't I say unconscious correctly? It could only mean there was another person in that room. That's right. Whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer. The music that plays when you ruin Godot's entire argument. And then you steal his coffee when he's not looking. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, this is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kane Bullard. He's 23, isn't he? He's not a kid. He's married. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. I think that the, autopsy says otherwise, doesn't it? Blood trauma to the head. I feel like you can't live long after something like that happens, but it might not be enough proof. So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What's your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene, but how? Ooh, that's a good question. How? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? I mean, I have to, right? I have to. But how am I gonna, like, I mean, I have to. The defense's opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. Ooh, I mean, like, the only evidence I have... I love this music. It's not as good as the first game's music. I still think that the first Ace Attorney game had the best music, by the way. This track really reminds me of Mega Man. It's gotta be the autopsy report. The music didn't stop. Oh wait, but the thing went away. What do you think, Mr. Godot? I can hear it, the sound of a buzzer. It's going off inside your head at this very moment. The emergency buzzer of your heart. What? Is it really? Maybe just a little. Mr. Wright, you need to think more carefully. Okay, nope, that didn't work. Guess there goes your chance to become an ace detective. It's literally in the name. Oh wait, that was ace detective. Never mind, I thought she said attorney. Come, listen more carefully. Maybe the truth will be elegantly revealed. Creepy, you sound like Detective Atme. Wait, am I supposed to just say that it's Atme? The defense's opinion is this, Your Honor. Is the game actually telling me that? How is presenting Atme here gonna... I mean, saying that Atme did it isn't evidence, though. But I only lose 1 life point. I'm gonna try. No, music didn't stop again. Never mind. What do you think, Mr. Godot? I can hear it. The sound of a buzzer. Yeah. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. So wait, what evidence am I supposed to show here? Truth will be elegantly revealed. The game tricked me there. What evidence do I have? There are no fingerprints. Should have read that. Okay, the music stopped. All right. I didn't remember that there were no fingerprints on that. I should have read through my evidence more. The game really debated me into just saying that Atme did it. I mean, it had to have been Atme because that's the silhouette they keep showing, which is why I thought that maybe I was just supposed to say, like, Atme did it. And then they'd be like, how can you prove that Atme did it? And then I'd do something else to prove it, but whatever. I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on now, at least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. Now I'm the one who's clueless. In Seattle. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind. Oh, okay, I was about to say, like, whatchamacallit would have been wearing gloves. Okay, so Atme was wearing gloves if it was him. Whoa! Ron Delight obviously wiped them off. Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button. I know he did. Dude, I love this objection back and forth. The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Master Mask. And Master Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of fingerprints? Order! 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 It would seem... well, Godot ordered a cup of coffee. I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow-flavored coffee is. However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden? I mean, if it was Atme who did it, then he must have also been maybe he's the one who did the blackmail? Well, no, because I think that Bullard was blackmailing Atme because he mentioned that red diamond, and Atme said that he got, like, a red gem or something as a reward. So, Atme would have been there and killed him, and then maybe... Well, no. Okay, so wait. I think I got it. Atme goes there, he kills Bullard. Ron Delight walks in. Atme attacks Delight, which stuns him. He hits him in the forehead. Atme hits the button to call security with his gloved hands because he wants security to come up and to blame Ron for it all, I think. Ha! Looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard at around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and then sounded the buzzer. Okay, was that buzzer noise necessary? Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed. Security was supposed to respond? Oh, do I have something that would let the person know that security wouldn't respond? Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well, then. Aha, you got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? How could it possibly be that they didn't mean to? How could you accidentally prove, like, how could you accidentally press that button? I was gonna say prove that button. How could you accidentally press that button? That doesn't make any sense. It says emergency on it because we made fun of Maya for it. I was just scheduling the last Ace Attorney stream, one of the videos, and I was clicking through the video to see, like, to get a name to title the video, and I clicked into one part where Maya was saying, like, how was I supposed to know what the button did? And then Phoenix was like, it literally says on the button that it's an emergency button. It must have been that it was Atme calling the security guard to say that it was Delight that did it instead, to catch Delight there. It's gotta be. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yeah, although as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Ha! What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delight, who was out cold. And the 3rd person, the real killer. Man, they don't even hide that it's Atme. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron Delight. And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. Alright, I soul read this one. To frame Ron Delight for the murder. This one's pretty straightforward, to be fair. Order! Ha! It would seem I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the only one masked to mask, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is? We're gonna drag that person in here right now. Oh my goodness, last stream, right? Wasn't Ron trying to get himself arrested as the thief so that he wouldn't go to trial for murder? Is Atme doing the exact same thing right now? Atme is trying to get himself arrested for theft to avoid being convicted for murder? But who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Ron Delight for the murder of Kane Bullard? It's gotta be Atme. They literally keep showing the, silhouette of him. Detective Luke Atme. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace Detective Luke Atme. You mean Master Mask did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Mask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard! Alright, go interrupt that other trial and get that idiot in here. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder, which is the more serious crime? They're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime, subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Luke Atme confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as, well, as Master Mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty. Master Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Master Mask was Luke Atme's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. A guilty verdict. As an alibi? That's actually sick. That's actually so cool. You know, it's almost time. For what? For Luke Atme's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all. If we're gonna stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course, that's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Uh-oh. Sorry, taking a drink of water. Mr. Luke Atme's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and failed to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this? Ha! A bet's only good when your life's the ante. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. Delight. So please, I'm begging you. Yo, bro, you're still going to prison after this for both being a thief and stealing data from your company. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Yo, Mia. Phoenix. What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. Phoenix, do you remember the end of the last game where you were defending a murderer? I'm just saying, you're not always supposed to defend or trust in your client, man. That voice, it sounds like... Mia! Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Ha! So that's your answer, huh? Very well, I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atme to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. Oh my goodness, it's Winston Payne. Well, sir, Detective Atme. I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. This is how you know that he's the one who's in the wrong, bro. This is how you know. There's no other way. No one on the side of justice would ever, in a million years, commend Winston Payne. Oh no, sir, Detective Atme, you were the one who... Duh! He's got the same beard. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. This court finds the defendant, Luke Atme. Alright, I don't like the young version of the judge. Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please! Well, well, sir lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser, eh? Wait, is this judge Canadian? My name's Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atme. Accusation? You accuse Master Mask? That man is not Master Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer! What? Get bodied, idiot. This is what you get for having a stupid nose. To be continued.